So yes, on this next topic, basically, we were just talking Remedy, we were talking Alan Wake. Well, there does seem to have been an Alan Wake recap created within Fortnite. So, key locations and sequences from Alan Wake seem to have been sort of made to run within Fortnite. Is this using the creative mode, whatever it's called? I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, it's like a separate area you have to load up.
Yeah.
It's like a separate island you load up.
But it is kind of like, hey, here's like a bit of Alan Wake with Lumen and Nanite stuff enabled. Although, whether, yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the video.
Yeah, based on what I've seen, some of it does look like model imports from the original game.
Yeah.
And it's all using like the latest Unreal Engine 5 rendering stuff otherwise though. So it is lit at least pretty well and stuff like that. But I like the idea of this because the original Alan Wake is so long ago.
Yeah.
They did release a remaster recently, which has kind of like, which is like I'm split on. I like the idea of what they tried to do there because it was released at a time when there was like a little bit of weirdness with the Xbox 360 version of the game, but it kind of came out in a level of polish that I wasn't too happy with. I don't know if you've ever played it, especially the console version of it still has like really weird frame drops for a game that's so old. This is a good way. Because Alan Wake 2 is an extreme departure in terms of narrative, I would say, from the first game. And so this, if you want to figure, and gameplay wise too. So like if you don't know anything about Alan Wake and want to play Alan Wake 2, and I'm going to recommend wanting to play it because I think it looks awesome. This is probably a good way to actually figure it out. And just goes back into the whole idea that Fortnite is the only real attempt at a quote unquote metaverse.
I was going to say
Facebook's doing.
Fortnite has basically become its own like living advertisement program where it's just like everybody wants to throw their IP into Fortnite and you just see these weird mashups and it is transforming into a metaverse. It's not the only one though. I would argue Roblox is actually comparable in many ways.
That's a good point.
It's as popular, probably more popular still, and it has the same sort of like community coming together to make weird things together. But both of these definitely do it better than what Meta has attempted, I suppose, so far.
I played a Sonic game inside Dreams on PlayStation, which I really enjoyed.
Dreams is another thing that's basically like this, I suppose. And I think Dreams would have found a lot more success. Not that it didn't find some success, but if there had been a proper PC client, that's what's missing.
I agree. It's sad. I prefer Dreams and the whole philosophy, the community, the positivity behind it, because it's not all revolving around a shooty game in which you dance after you've killed everyone. So I think to me that was a far more positive idea of a metaverse in that sense, or of a creative community. It saddens me that Fortnite has to be the one actually, and especially also now in light of Epic's interesting moves in the last couple of weeks.
Indeed.
Where Sweeney suddenly sort of puts building the metaverse ahead of the well-being of 900 people and their families, which is probably now 5,000 lives or more lives probably affected by this bullshit. So whatever, Fortnite. I mean, the thing is, like, the thing that really annoyed the hell out of me is when I saw RoboCop inside Fortnite. That's when I realized what an absolute like nonsense this whole metaverse concept is. This is like, this is the ultimate sort of anti-capitalist sort of symbol.
I think it's very typical though of what large self-consuming systems do. They'll definitely how do we call that, like subvert the original intention of something completely and then make it its own. Mm-hmm.
It just surprises me that people doing the license deals don't go like, hang on a second. I mean,
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's amazing.
No. Can't wait for Starship Troopers to show up in here. Miss the message.
It's probably already in there, John.
Is it? It might
Let's be honest with you. It's probably already in there.
Well, we're living in it now, so.
Don't remind me. I do want to say though, despite the Roblox Corporation making some strange decisions and some things I don't necessarily agree with, I do actually see the power of that platform as well, because my son does use that, and it has taught him many valuable skills about just how does a game work, right? The Roblox Studio editor is it's a surprisingly powerful sort of like set of tools reminiscent of something like Unreal Engine or Unity, somewhat simplified, but it has its own like scripting language in there as well. And I found that he's just naturally continued to play with these tools while connecting with his friends in Roblox. They're working on things together in real time and like collaborating to build stuff. And they're doing things that, a game engine tool would be designed for. And they don't even realize necessarily that they're learning these concepts, right? It's more just like, oh man, what if we could do this cool thing? And then they go figure it out, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't all revolve around this third person kill each other.
It does not.
Mechanic, which is what this Fortnite metaverse thing is.
Exactly. And, Roblox and Dreams are both these kind of open canvas kind of games where it's like you just go make stuff and you find things to do, and that's what you do. Fortnite, the thing I will say about Fortnite is that it does serve as a vehicle for testing Unreal Engine. And I think Fortnite is exactly the thing that Unity has always lacked. And one of the reasons why I think they've struggled is that as Epic introduces new features in Unreal Engine, they're able to actually roll them out into a production game and put them in a real world test with a huge user base, no less. And I think that's actually very important for engine development in terms of determining what.
And this is also how you get to lay off hundreds of QA people.
Oh yeah,
because you could just use customers to do the work for you.
Let's hope they don't do that, but they kind of did that. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Unity though, obviously.
Oh gosh, Unity's
they have their own set of problems, I think, and Epic kind of came in with its own layoffs at a weird time when it's like all the news was doom and gloom, and then
that's something we never actually ended up talking about because sometimes we got a lot of questions actually underneath the video when a lot of the Unity stuff was going on, like why haven't we talked about it? Sometimes just as a note to people in the audience, sometimes bad news usually comes out on Fridays, like in the middle of the afternoon, and we record before then, just so everyone knows. So if we don't talk about something that came out around the weekend in one of our DF Direct videos, it's probably because we just didn't actually catch it for the recording.